What's good, everybody? I'm not sure what you're doing.
I just love that music in the background, bro. It just gets me in a mood, bro. You know, like
It's a whole ass
What's
vibe.
up?
What's up, everybody? How is everybody this evening?
How's everybody doing?
Let me start off by saying, so I have been having internet issues for the last 2 weeks. This is why we've been having some issues with getting the episodes out. When I use my iPad, the service is effing terrible here. So my Wi-Fi has just been really, really, really glitchy. So if I'm talking, if I kind of like stop, freeze, you guys know what's going on. So the stream will keep going, but all that fun stuff. Tonight we have a special guest. We have Ron, Dasher Life Hawaii. We have quite a few questions for Ron. And then at the end of when Hector and I are done, then we're going to go ahead and let you guys ask Ron some questions in the chat. We'll highlight some questions and we'll go from there. We have a huge announcement at the end of the episode. So you're going to want to stay till the end to hear what our huge episode is, or our huge announcement is coming up. It will be on something to do with Monday. So it's right around the corner, and it is a huge stepping stone for our channel. So with that being said, Hector, how are you tonight?
I'm doing really well, man. I'm up on caffeine, drank some Spanish coffee, even though my eyes is, not functioning too well, but I am completely hyper. I've had a good relaxing day, I did have some Wingstop, though. I shouldn't have had that. I already told Matt, I can't have Wingstop anymore. It's official, bro. Like, it's garbage. It's completely garbage for my body. Like, I just can't do it. But yeah, other than that, it's been relaxing. What about you, Matt? I heard the past 2 days you've been doing all right.
Yeah, I mean, I've been working on some things, trying to test my market. I got videos coming out, man. I don't want to leak too much information, but I got something. I'm gonna drop one yesterday. If you guys haven't yet, go to No Giggity No Clout. Check out yesterday's upload. It's about 19 minutes long, and you kind of see what I'm going on. Kind of what I got kind of going on and shit. So other than that, it has something to do with me having over a 90% acceptance rate. Right now, after I work today, I'm at a 94%. 94. My completion is a 96. My customer rating is a 4.98, and I'm doing my DoorDash increments in 1 hour. I'm not breaking it down into 2. I'm not driving out the long shifts. I'm not doing the half shifts. I'm doing them in 1 hour. And I've also been ending my dash. If I kind of get out of it and I don't really want to be in, I'll just restart my dash there. And then I will either they'll send me where they want to send me, or they will send me back to where I started it to begin with. So there's like a lot of things. So the thing that I'm trying to figure out is when it's slow. Okay, so when it's slow, am I going to get these same offers over other dashers because it's slow and I have a higher priority? Even though it's over the newer dashers, because when I have experience, I have 4,500 plus deliveries. I am up there with all of them with their stats. It's something. So like next week's going to be a big thing. So I'm going to do a full upload every day next week on top of the lives. And we're going to see how it goes. It's a lot of work. For those of you that don't know, like, I run the lives and I'm trying to also do editing, and then I'm trying to also factor in stuff with this show. Like, it's a lot on me, but I think I'm in the right mindset now where I can kind of like dial in and go. And the thing that sucks is like, I've had some days where I'm like, is my channel going anywhere? Like, for the longest time I was stuck at 600 subs, and then I was stuck at 700. And then I got to 800, and it just feels like I've been in 800 for like the last couple months, and I'm just not going anywhere. And I know a lot of it has to do with my content not getting pushed out, but I just feel like I do put out good content and just not getting to the fucking work. And
I think Matt kind of glitched out.
Okay. Can you see me now?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
This is what I was afraid of. All right.
So yeah,
Going back.
so I don't know if you guys know, for the people in the chat, thanks for coming in here. Hit the thumbs up for your boys. Matt's gonna have a little Wi-Fi issues. He's currently had a technician. He's gonna come in sometime next week to fix his Wi-Fi. So please have a little patience with him. He'll be able to hear and see us. So, but we won't see him as much because he'll be glitching in and out. So you know. But I like to shout out, you know, the people that are here, you know, Eric, Jehu, Bobby, Jonathan. We also have Kevin here and Lee. Thank you guys for coming by. Like I said, just hit the thumbs up for your boys so the algorithm can put us up. I mean, it's so crazy. I never thought I would say that in my life. Hit the thumbs up while you come in. I never thought those words would ever come out my mouth. It's just kind of weird to hear that, but we're glad to have you here. You know, you guys already know us. We've been in Matt's lives pretty much the past 2 weeks, kind of talking about pretty much everything, and we appreciate the same people that are also supporting our channel as well. You know, and yeah, today is really an exciting time to talk to one of our better friends, somebody that kind of grew up. We kind of like not grew up with, but we knew to grow him and stuff like that, and you know, kind of pick his brain, because I mean, this guy is the definition of hustler. I mean, it's not even about DoorDash at this point. It's the genuine hustle that somebody brings out of somebody. This is what Americans should be, hustling and waking up as early as they possibly can and making that money. And this is what the perfect example is. So we're glad to have Dasher Hawaii here today.
1000%. And not to mention, I mean, the dude's completely changed his diet. I mean, you know what I mean? He's completely changed his whole life.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, yeah. It makes me want to think about going vegetarian. I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know if I could give up them chickens, bro. Well, you know, hey, I'll let you talk to him about that, and you can ask him more about that. Yeah.
So let me catch up in the chat here before we get started.
Absolutely, catch
Bobby,
up.
yo, get your popcorn ready, everybody. What the hell we here? Let's see. JK, is Hector tired of people making fun of his hair, so he has to put a hat on?
Absolutely. Yep, you are 100% right.
Good evening from Lakeland, Florida. Kevin, thank you for being here, Kevin. We greatly appreciate you. That's a beast. We already know that. It's freezing like crazy. Yeah, it's just me. I'm the only one freezing. Hector's still going to be having no issues. Lee, Ron is the number one hustler. Bobby said vegetarian ain't happening. LOL.
Of course, not for you, buddy. I know that.
So, without ado, I want, you all already know the man. I don't feel like I need to say anything else, but let's go ahead and introduce my guy, Dasher Life Hawaii.
Bum, 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 bum.
What's going on? What's going on?
What up?
What's going on, homie?
Not much. It's out here grinding.
Look,
does
this man ever work? It's 3 p.m. This man's doing a podcast. He's out here working.
Yeah,
I know. He's always grinding, bro. Like, this is the only guy that will do an interview while he's working, bro. The true definition of a hustler.
So with that being said, so Ron, what we're gonna do is, so if you have a delivery, if you have to drop off, just say, hey, I gotta do a drop off, and then we'll just keep on rolling, so you don't have to stop what you're doing. Got it?
Oh, I got it.
My man. All right. So basically what we're gonna do is I have a series of questions. You're going to answer my question, and then boom, after you answer, then Hector's going to ask you a question, and we're going to wordplay off that. Got it?
Yes, sir.
All right, cool deal. All right, so tell everybody, I don't know if you know the up-to-date, like how many you have, but like how many deliveries are you at right now, and how long have you been doing DoorDash?
I just checked it this morning. I've been doing it since 2020, so 3 years. I've been full-time for 3 years. And I just got a catering bag required, 12.75, right on live. I mean, I'll screenshot it and then show y'all once I pick it up. But since 2020, I've been here in Hawaii for 2 years. I did half a year in Michigan, half a year in Hawaii in 2021. I got 26,402 lifetime delivery. No, 406. Let me correct that. 406 as of today, not including what I finished with today. So it'll probably be like 2649 or something like that.
That's really good. I
Go ahead,
mean,
Hector.
let's just go back to. I mean, you've been working for about 3 years, right? Almost.
Yeah,
You
right.
have over 26,000 deliveries. That should tell everybody right there. This man works, and he gets the grind going. So, what I want to ask you, Ron, is what made you want to get from Detroit to Hawaii? Why did you make such a big move like that? Because that's how one particular place that you picked to go to. So I'd like to know how that happened and why'd you pick DoorDash out there?
Well, my love for Hawaii came in 2005 when one of my older brothers got married here. I came here for 30 days. So back then I fell in love with it in '05, but my children were younger. And even then I'm like, my son's mother at the time, I'm like, can we? She like, no. So I waited till they was sufficient enough to take care of efficient enough to take care of themselves. And 21, life changes happen, and the only place I knew I was going was here. I wound up here, but I was doing DoorDash at home back in Michigan, and I still was doing, 21, 22, 25 a week. And it just came to the point where I couldn't really buckle down and focus on it like I'm doing now because I had a relationship that didn't understand the hustle, didn't understand the grind, still didn't understand my work ethic, even though I worked long hours when I was at the plant. So we went our separate ways, and I said, I'm leaving Michigan. So I came here.
Wow. Now, did you also work the same times? Because for people that don't know, this guy works from 4:30 in the morning to midnight. I mean, this guy is the definition of hustler. Now, did you do that in Hawaii, or were you doing it a little bit in Detroit? I mean, I bet you're
No,
kind of different a little bit out there than it did here, you know?
no, I didn't start doing it here. And I didn't start working long hours until um I said I need to make an X amount of dollars a day. So when I was in Detroit, I needed to supplement my income from when I left the plant. I still was running my own mobile auto repair service, but I was falling short a few $100s from my income. So I needed to supplement. That's how it all started with me. And at that time, my girl was on Instagram. She was on Instacart, and my brother was doing Uber. So I was doing back and forth. But Instacart, I only had been working it a week, and my cousin and my auntie, more so my cousin, kept saying, get on DoorDash, get on DoorDash, get on DoorDash. Yes, it was the height of COVID. We all know that. But I'm like, no, because you cannot make no money picking up food and dropping it off. Because back then, DoorDash was pretty much strictly food. So I'm going on. I worked a week on Instacart. I made like $500. And then I was at my auntie house, me and my cousin talking. And she like, well, nephew, let me show you this. And I'm like, all right. She showed me her earnings. And I'm like, and she had only worked 4 days. And I'm like, no, you ain't make that. She like, yeah, I did. I'm like, you worked 4 days, and she had wound up making $2,500.
Wow. That's
I was like, ain't no way you made that money. I'm not on just the same mindset. She like, I did. So I signed up right there. 3 days later, I was doing DoorDash. My first day out, I made 500. Bye bye Instacart. It's a no brainer. I'm done with Instacart. And then back in that time, in 2020, if you was on the app, if you was working any gig app, the COVID brought out the best and the worst of this economy because it spoiled a lot of people, and they still living off that mindset. But you can turn the app on in 30 minutes, you got $150. Easy. And it just was moving like that. If I was doing the hours I do now back then, 114 would be a drop in the bucket. I probably would have cleared three. Probably would have cleared 300 back in 2020 if I would have been working the same hours I did now. So needless to say, it's just about, I graduated from it. I would talk to my cousin, which in terms is back in Michigan, and he still does DoorDash. I kept telling him, cuz I'm gonna make this. I'm gonna make 200 today. He like, no, you ain't. I went out and did it. I'm gonna make 250. No, you ain't. I crushed it. And I was like, one day I was like, I'm gonna make 500. And he was like, no, you ain't. I made 680. So it's just basically I graduated up to making the money, and I look at how, in my opinion, and I'm gonna say it again, my opinion, not nobody else's. For every 4 hours I work, I need to make $100. So if you go for 4 times 16, well, not 16, 4 hours a day, and 16 hours and 4 hour blocks is what I'm gonna say, because I'm confusing myself a little. But if you do 4 hour blocks and you work for 16 hours, that's gonna get you $400. That's it.
Yeah.
And that's what I do. And some days I crush it, some days I don't. You know, some days it's easy, some days it's not. But it's what I had to learn how to do in other aspects of my life, which trained me to do this, is be disciplined. Be consistent. Be disciplined and be consistent. Anything else after that is like cakewalk, you know? So, and then cut out the distractions. Even though we use these phones, they distractions.
Yep.
They're distractions, no matter what, because you'll be waiting on the order, you'll go down a rabbit hole and forget that you got even waiting on the order because you have no direction. You know, you have nobody coming up to you, tapping you on your back saying, get off the phone. You have nobody pretty much hounding you. All you doing is picking it up, dropping it off. So when it comes to things like that in this economy, it's easy to do it. It's not hard to do. It's not hard to make the money I make. It's not. It's not easy, but it's not hard.
Right.
And it's not, when I say it's not easy, because some days it's like a mental stress. It's a mental stress because, do I want to go to the beach? Do I want to go over here and do whatever I want to do whatever it is? But at the end of the day, is was I better than I was yesterday? That's all I ask myself, and I try to do it the best way I can in my own lane, the way I know how to do it, and then I can't do it like nobody else. So,
wow, that's very inspirational, I gotta say. Matt, I know you had something to ask him as well. I mean, what was?
Yeah, I'm just putting up a community post, just cross-threading this. That's all. I forgot to do it. Are you at delivery right now? Are you at a drop-off?
Well, I just pulled up, but I got a few minutes.
Okay, cool. All right. So what I want to know, because you know that I can relate to this. So what made you want to go from being a business owner to a gig worker?
I'm still a business owner.
Mm-hmm. But I mean, what made you want to go from like the mechanic side of it?
Mental stress.
Okay.
It's like I tell you anything, like being a mechanic since I was 8 years old up until I decided to not, pretty much 3 years ago, not even do it for anybody else. It's a different kind of mental stress. Give me 1 second.
You're good. Steve, you got to quit telling people that I'm giving away shit. Steve's over here telling people if they come to the channel, like and subscribe, that they're in a drawing to win something.
He's a little too much, man. It's so funny. Yeah, Ron is over here, and we're gonna ask him later about the famous large order program, which, in my personal opinion, is the best way to unlock all that money that DoorDash can give you on some good paying orders. I know Matt's on LOP. Breaking news, I'm on LOP. I finally got the bag. You already know. Yeah, it's the best way. But see, Matt's giving me like a funny look. Like, I've been telling you this for a while. You know, yeah, I saw that little snarly look that you're giving me with that little eye.
Guys, I've been telling this man for at least a month. Buy the bag, buy the bag, buy the bag, buy the bag, buy the bag. And he kept putting it off, telling me, I got a link with Chick-fil-A. I need a bag. I'm going to just go over there and snag one from them real quick. Then I'm in. Yeah. Nah, dude, go do it. And then Ron dropped some knowledge on him and told him, hey, just go buy the DoorDash bag. Boom, homie, you're in.
Right.
Let me
And
go
what's he
grab this
do?
order. I'll be right back.
All right,
Yeah,
you're
no
good,
problem,
you're
Ron.
good. So then Hector does what Ron says. You know, he's going to listen to the guy that fucking does 6 figures over a guy that does like, you know, I don't even know what mine is. But anyways, he takes Ron's advice, goes on the DoorDash thing. Mind you,
Here
the
we go.
DoorDash catering bags used to be $49.99. He copped this bag for $17.99 right now.
Which you
So
still
if
can today. Yeah.
Which you still can today. So if you do not have a DoorDash catering bag, if you're not in the LOP, even if you're in the LOP and you want another bag, those bags are nice. I mean, they're thick. For $17.99, you can't really pass it up. But Hector did get it. Hector's got it now in his possession. And what's the update on this?
So they sent me an email yesterday because I had to harass freaking Dasher support. It's not like you're automatically in there, right? So I had to contact them. The first time they told me that I had to wait for a special email, which is BS. I was like, I'm just gonna talk to your supervisor. I emailed them I contacted them the next day, and they told me to take a picture of the bag. They sent me an email about it, so I'm already in. So yeah, I think I'm in by next week. I'm gonna start seeing these orders next week. And we tried this before. It worked successfully, except for this one time, which we'll get to it towards the end. But yeah, I mean, and that's what I'm going to Ron, because I know for a fact that this is the only way to maximize your earnings on DoorDash. I mean, if you guys can tell us too, I know Bobby's in large order program. He knows that's probably the only time DoorDash is worth it. I mean, if you guys can't get on large order program, it's your time to get on it, because now, you have the holidays, you have Thanksgiving coming up and all this other stuff. But Ron, what I wanted to ask you is, what made you, like, why do you work so many hours? What drove you to do something like that? Because I mean, an average human, right, I guess, needs 6 hours of sleep, right? But I feel like you get maybe 4, 5, and then you're just out on the go. I know you've been on our panel before, and we thinking you're sick. Like, I'm like, oh, Ron doesn't feel too good. And you're like, nah, I just woke up. So how do you get your sleep in? How do you manage your day? What do you do? I mean,
Before I answer that, I'm gonna go back, because I know Matt asked me something before, but I'm gonna show. This is the order. I don't know. Oh shoot.
Let me put you on the big. Let me put you on the big screen.
This is the order that. Damn it. I usually do it with
the other way.
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it like this. Shit, because I'm messing up.
You got it.
This is the order, right? This is the order right here.
1275.8.
1275. Wait, 1275. 1275 what?
1275 plus 3.8.
And she was at the catering bag required, right?
Yep.
That's the order I just got coming over here. Now, that is my 9th catering bag order today.
Wow, it's busy.
And I've been doing it all day on Gig Wars Official. I've been over on Gig Wars channel. I've been showing all my orders. Like, the LOP and the catering orders are separate. They're 2 different programs. So this is a 1275 plus. I don't know what it's gonna pay out, but this is my 9th one of the day. Yesterday I had 15 yesterday. So this is something that I do, but it's not easy, but I just make it look that way. So with that being said, back to the leaving the mechanics and being a full gig time worker, as far as being a business owner. I'm still a business owner. I still own 2 businesses. This gig work is a business because I set it up that way. I set it up as an LLC. So I'm still a business owner. And independent contractor. So people want to stray away from the independent contract. That's cool. But if you become your own business, your name, yourself, your human, your person is a business. And if you set it up that way, you maximize your dollar and you minimize your taxes. I be stressing that all the time. People gonna fight me on it. They are. I'm not a tax expert, but I will tell you, if you do it that way and structure it as a business and stop thinking that as a side hustle, stop looking for a handout, you will get by, you will make it in this business. Most of the people
Absolutely.
look for handouts. Most of the people, I gotta have certain amount of dollar an hour. Why? It's like you doing an earn by time order. You say you're gonna make 19. I do 2 orders on by offer. I make 30 in just 2 orders. You're not
Right.
even gonna make the full 19 for that whole unless you on that order for an hour. So basically, when you looking for handouts in this economy, this not for you. I understand that. Okay, now back to the mechanic side. The mechanic, I was a mechanic. I started doing cars at 8 years old. I went to school. I got my certifications. I keep them updated, even though I'm not operating. That side of the business is the mental side of that is everybody want when you good at what you do, and I'm damn good at what I do. They want you, and if you're doing it by yourself, you can't really trust nobody. They want you to drop what you. They want you to drop what you doing. Come over to them. Do this. Do that. You get over there. They ain't got no money. Can I give you this? Can I cash app you? Can I buy make you dinner? Can I give you some? You know what I'm saying? They do it all, and I got tired of it. Got burnt out. I wasn't having fun no more. If I don't have fun when I'm doing something, I stop. No matter what it is, I need to have fun. And in this side, like I rather go back to just being a guy who making the money and instead of dealing with this YouTube stuff. Because a lot of times on YouTube, everybody don't play. We might all laugh and joke, but everybody don't play. So that with that being said, sometimes this ain't fun. It ain't fun getting on it talking to the camera. It ain't gonna stop me from making my money. You just probably won't see me behind the camera a little bit. You know, that's why I don't even show my face on the camera. I ride to the street because you ain't really trying to see me. You trying to see what I'm trying to. You trying to see what I'm doing. You trying to see how I'm doing it. You want to know. You want to know. So back to what you said, Hector. Working the long hours. I've been doing it all my life. When I was at the plant, I was working long hours. I was traveling. I was going around from state to state fixing the stuff they break in the plant because I wasn't on the line. I was in skilled trade. I was rewriting policy that engineers wrote. So it's not a hard it's nothing to me to work a long hour. But the thing about me working a long hour and somebody else working a long hour, I don't know why they always want to compare. Just think about it. If you a parent, I'm not even gonna say mother or father. If you a parent and you got a W-2, you got to get up. If you got to be to work at 8 o'clock in the morning, you got to get up by some cases 6 o'clock, right? Just to get yourself prepared to get on the road, drive to the W-2, work your 8 hours, go back home. And you're gonna watch, rinse, and repeat, right? So by the time you leave your house and get back home, you done left home for 16 hours. You just ain't worked 16 hours.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Now, if you a parent and you got kids, you gotta get up at 5:36 because you gotta get them ready for school, ready for the daycare, all that stuff. And if you gotta go to the gas, you still away from your house for 16 to 18 hours a day. Nobody questions that. But then they want to question why I do it or why others like me do it. Because we want more out of life. We want better out of life. And if this is a means, a way to get me to where I want to be, I'm gonna use it. And most don't understand that. I'm not cut like everybody. I got a different mindset. My mindset is business. When you looking at things as business and not a side hustle, you will make it in this business. But we have too many people who failed at W-2 and gonna fail out here.
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
I don't suggest nobody. I'm telling you, nobody to work like me. Nobody. Especially if you're not prepared for it. I had to relearn how to train my body. I had to relearn how to not eat garbage. I had to relearn how to put stuff in there that's gonna give me the focus, mind, and energy to be out here to do what I do 16 hours a day, 7 days a week. And then I still take vacation. For those that think I don't, I just left Jamaica for 10 days. I was off for 14 and I came right back and put up 3 grand. It was 27.46, but still
That's
3
3 grand
grand.
to me. That's
$3 grand. And then matter of fact, I put up $3 grand the following week. When I got back, I worked 3 days, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I put up 1,500 in 3 days.
Right.
Then I turn around and put up 27 the next week. So what is that within 2 weeks? See what I'm saying? And it's, to me, it's not about the money. The lesson that I'm saying is what I did in an economy, nobody said you can do it. I'm defying the odds, not just me. It's a lot of us defying the odds. If you go to Gig Wars and look at the wars we have. It's 13 people in 2 months created over $100,000 across different states, different cities, different counties. 13 people. How they say it ain't no money in the gig economy? How they say they can't come out here and make no money?
Mm-hmm.
And it's 13 people, not just me. It's 13 people showing you how to do it.
Absolutely. Yeah.
13 in 2 months, 60 days. 13 people created over $100,000.
Yeah, that's really good.
But they talk about me for 114. Man, quit playing with me.
Hey, listen.
Let me go deliver this order, man. Quit playing with me.
Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
I'm still talking. You can ask me.
Oh,
but to answer your question on the mechanic side, man, that's a different mental stress, and I wasn't having no fun.
Yeah, you know that I understand that with having a detail shop. I mean, like I said, I was operating for 3 years. I was extremely successful. I can't remember if we got into this in the podcast yet with like my whole background, like the detail shop and stuff like that. But basically, same scenario. Mine was a little bit different. I had some family issues, but also with like what he said, I noticed that I started to lose my passion for what I was doing because for 2 years I was running it by myself. And I was extremely successful. Once I grew to be so big, I hired employees. When I hired these employees, they were, younger guys, and their work ethic wasn't as good as mine. Well, the problem that I was dealing with was nobody was going to do the job as good as I could because I had such high expectations because I knew what I was capable of. But then, like, at the end of the day, what would happen is, like, for certain things, they would not do everything, like prime example, they wouldn't sweep between seats in the console. That's one of the first things a customer looks at when they get in their vehicle. Look straight down, and if you see junk there, trash, everything, it's going to piss you off because you just paid, $200 or $300 or $400, however much. If I straight coded it, they could pay $600 to and if they look down and they see that, that's going to piss a customer off. I've been pissed. And at the end of the day, they're not as focused because it's not their name on the line, mine. They're just going to get their check and then leave. So it really made me lose sight of why I wanted to do it. And honestly, to this day, it's very hard for me to even detail my own vehicle because of the fact as I put so much into my business the first 3 years and I gave it every fucking thing that I had. So like, and then it just kind of like brings back memories and everything. So it's just one of them things, man. 33 years ago. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But yeah, I mean, but anyways, so what my next question is actually leads into what Ron just said. So Ron, I want to know, do you have a 5-year plan? And if you do, what is your 5-year plan?
I have a 5-year plan. I don't want to talk about it. Because
that's understandable.
That's more side of a personal side of me. Like I just don't do DoorDash. When I say it's gonna be the old cliche, and everybody probably gonna say something, but I took it to heart when Jay-Z said, "I'm not a businessman. I'm a businessman."
I'm a businessman.
You know what I'm saying? I am a walking business. Nobody can tell me what I'm worth. Nobody can tell me I can't do anything. Am I gonna get no's? Yes. Is it gonna be easy? No. But the thing about it, when you say I can't do something, I'm gonna show you I can. I don't have to tell you. Just watch me. Just watch me. And I'm not saying I got the blueprint, but I can give you some knowledge. But most people don't want to know the knowledge. They want clickbait. They want to make a story. They want to be whatever they want to be. And then when it comes to a person like me, they just think I popped out overnight. This is old to me, new to you. I didn't pop out overnight. Because if you go back to my Facebooks, my Instagrams, and all that, my Twitter, you will see I've been posting numbers. I just wasn't on a level like this. It wasn't in the news. If I was still not doing it, not being in the news, not having a news article, not being talked about worldwide, and yes, it's worldwide, you know, nobody would care. If I didn't blow up the spot, nobody wouldn't care. They wouldn't care because they still be in the mindset that you can't make no money in this economy. That's crazy. That's crazy to me. You can get up and go to a W-2. You can get up and do any and everything in this world. But when it comes to this gig economy, everybody got a problem. Everybody can't make no money. And I don't understand how. Okay, I know people going to say it's market. Maybe it is. Some people going to say it's zones. Maybe it is. But some people don't want to travel 15 minutes to a hot zone, but they'll travel 30 minutes to a job. Make that make sense. Make that make sense. Yeah. I just read an article in the Business Insider, the same paper that I was in. I just read an article in there. Dude was out here working for Amazon Flex, making $1,000 a week, working 10 hours a day. But he said he couldn't make it. He went back to driving a school bus, making $54,000 a year, working double time. Make that make sense. Make it make sense. That's ass backwards to me. But that's just to me. That's my opinion. If you don't apply yourself, if you come out here and expect somebody to put something in your hand, you got to work for it. You're not entitled to it. You're not entitled to it. And I do what I do because I can do it. And I'm not saying nobody else can't do. Everybody has their own situation. Like I said, I know if you got a family, look, if your partner don't understand the building and you ain't gonna make it out here. I've got people who have their partners riding side by side with them because they understand the hustle. They understand what it is. They know they trying to get it. But then you have people who don't. And this is a sad situation, but it's a happy situation. I was in a place to where I'm like, you know what? This ain't worth the stress. Negative. And I open up my community post. Lady say, you the reason why I make $200 today. You the reason why I'm going to continue to make $200. I'm 71 years old and you the reason why I'm out here hustling. That's a sad situation because why is a 71-year-old woman hustling? But then again, it's gratitude to me because I motivated a 71-year-old and I can't even motivate a 23-year-old. Make that make sense. Yeah. Make it make sense. But they'll complain about they can't make no money. They'll complain about a gallon of milk being $8, but they spend $15 on a pack of cigarettes. Mm-hmm. $10 every day on a Starbucks coffee. Do what you do. Do what you want to do with your money. That's what you want to do. But don't complain you can't make no money in this economy when I and others are setting forth the blueprint and letting you see it. Yes, I blew up the spot. Am I worried about it? No. Because in my opinion, nobody gonna work hard as me. I am the hardest working guy in this gig economy, and I will say that with confidence.
I believe that 100%. I believe that 100%.
And it ain't about being arrogant; it's about knowing who you are.
Absolutely. Yep.
Going back to that, hold on one second, Hector. Going back to that 5-year thing, my main question was, do you see yourself doing DoorDash in 5 years? That was kind of where I was leading into that.
You know what? And I'm gonna be honest with you. No matter where I get, I'm gonna keep DoorDash in my back pocket.
Okay.
Because just say when my 5-year plan comes to fruition, I might get bored. And I might just go ahead and say I'm gonna go out and DoorDash and donate my whole earnings for that day. Or every order I pick up, I'm gonna get them their money back for that order and keep it moving. See what I'm saying? I don't know what I'm gonna do but I'm gonna keep DoorDash in my back pocket. Mm-hmm. Because no matter what it is with me, I have a certain disposition about myself. I know me. I don't care what nobody else say. I don't. But just don't come at me the wrong way. I can get along with anybody, but I will look at you like you stupid and not say nothing to you because in my head, that's what you are. I'll be right back.
That's cool. Yeah, absolutely.
Hector, but you had the next question lined up.
No, I just wanted to say I paid $3.25 for Starbucks. I don't pay $10.
Shout out to
I just get a cup of coffee. When I'm with my girl, she makes it expensive, bro. Like $10.
We have 17 people in the chat. Shout out
Yo,
to
thanks
Steve
for you guys.
pushing
Yeah.
out. Thanks for Steve for pushing out the channel. Thanks to Steve also for pushing my channel, my personal channel, No Giggity No Clout, over to all the new subs and everything. Like I said, 1,000 subs, I will be doing a full day's ride along and donate 100% of the earnings. Hot take. There's also a sub of mine that has talked about matching my earnings. So if we make 250, one lucky subscriber could win $500 on Cash App.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But with that being
And
said,
I hope that's me.
So,
I hope that's me.
we've got a bunch of
Okay.
Gonna go ahead and start acting.
Okay, I'm back. But it's my 5-year plan is like to just give up a little bit real estate. I'm still gonna do automotive. I'm gonna still bring my automotive repair is on pause. It ain't gone. It's on pause. I'm doing it's like what Warren Buffett. Warren Buffett has 3 essentials. He has lodging, he has transportation, and he has food. Those are the essential things people need in their life. So throughout these 5 years, those are the things that's going to happen for me. When I travel, I don't want to have to look for lodging. When I go somewhere, I don't need to have transportation. It's already there. So it's bigger than DoorDash, but I will keep it in my back pocket. I will keep it in my back pocket. I don't know if I said it, but what y'all think that order paid out? Put that guess
So
in the chat.
I was gonna ask you that. Before
Put that
I
guess
came
in the
in.
chat.
I was like, yo, this needs to be breaking news because we called this, what Ron calls this is a baby shark order. This is a baby shark order.
Baby shark do 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 do.
Baby shark do 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 do. Baby shark do 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 do.
Mommy shark do.
All right, I say it paid you out $30 because of the miles to money and the plus and the items. I think it 30.
Okay.
30.
Gigwise said 1834.
Nah.
I'm expecting 28 and some change. But I could be wrong. The biggest thing for me is I can't ever call these. That is one thing I will say about Bobby. Bobby can call these out like almost to the dollar. You fucker, Steve.
Okay, so what you think the base pay was?
I would say $4. $4 base pay.
I think it was $2 base pay.
See, I gotta get smart with the large order.
Steve said $23.77. All right, hold on. Let me blow you up. Let me blow you up here. Hold on. Alrighty, big screen.
The other way.
And
I knew it. It was $32.
$32.34. Base pay $375. He's at $150. The tip was $27.09.
Bro, I predicted that almost to the T, Ron. You got to give me some credit, man. I'm not even on large order, and I predicted that.
Now, hold on. How long on estimate do you think that took you from accept to deliver?
Without me talking and sitting there, having a conversation, probably 15 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
See, you can't.
It might have not even been that long.
And this is And this is your 9th order. This is your 9th catering order.
That was my 9th catering order.
Yeah. So Ron, I don't want to. I'll ask you some questions, but I think me and you need to have a discussion because we talk a lot. And I know when we're on the panel, we talk about a bunch of things, and we kind of think alike a little bit in certain aspects. And I want to go back to what you were talking about, the hustle mindset, right? And what I noticed is that I was getting from your other conversations from what you were talking about previously a few minutes ago. It looks like to me that you've been waking up early and you've been doing this for a long time. So you were already trained from the beginning to do this. Now, what I say to people, and you were talking about people need to wake up and they need to hustle and they need to get that mindset. Let's get it going. I honestly believe, and we're going to come to this right now, it has 100% to do with your diet. They say the famous thing, you are what you eat, right? And if you put the right stuff in your body, you excel mentally to do the accomplishments that you need to do during the day, right? And I'll give you an example. And I know we're gonna have a back and forth here because I usually, for people that don't know, I usually during lunch I have the same thing. I have a big salad. I have a bunch of chicken. It could be drumsticks. It could be chicken leg quarters, and I'll have a yogurt. So one day I was in the chat, I was in the live, and I said, "Hey, yo, I had such a good day. I made $130 in 4 hours. I feel good. I'm gonna treat myself." So I ended up going to, unfortunately, Wingstop, and I unfortunately had 20-piece wings, and something told me to regret this, but I was like, yo, I need to treat myself, right? I treated myself. My mood after I ate that Wingstop completely changed. Every time when I get on the road, when I eat my salad, my chicken, my yogurt, I feel great. My energy's good. You know, maybe I need a little cup of coffee later on, but overall, my mindset's clear. I'm ready to go. But when I had that, I didn't want to like even work. I didn't even want to think about work. I honestly felt lazy. I felt tired. I felt exhausted, and my stomach started giving me some pains. If you know what I mean, you know what I mean. So, so Ron, I know that for people that doesn't know you, you actually are a vegetarian. You don't eat meat. You've been doing this for quite a while. Now, tell us, how has that diet helped you during the gig economy? Has it made a big difference for you? Do you feel like you feel the same? Do you feel better? Your clarity. I mean, what is your thoughts on diet and the gig economy?
Diet matters. If you like, I'm gonna just say this about, you know, Sarah Elizabeth had a episode where she went to the hospital for drinking monsters. You know,
Wow, I did
I'm
not know
out.
yeah,
that.
yeah. If you seen it, she put a video out there about it. It would if she wouldn't have went to the hospital, she would have been it would have been worse off than what it was. Also, Bobby has changed his diet, and he'll tell you all day
Mm-hmm.
he's got a lot of energy.
Mm-hmm.
He's lost, I want to say 26. If I'm wrong, Bobby, I apologize, but 26 pounds already. He tell you all day that what he's doing is making it better for him. He said it used to be where he walk in a store and he would be tired. Now shit, he walked through the grocery store like he on clouds. So it is what you eat. Like with me, I couldn't do this every day if I didn't eat right. And I learned that over the period of time of like, look, if I want to make this money every day, I need to be able to stay woke. Because if I'm not, I'm gonna be up here doing, falling asleep, maybe hit a deer or something. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
So if I didn't change it for me, other than work, it was health wise. As we get older, we got to understand our body's gonna tell us what we need to do. Our bodies, if it's talking to you, listen to it. The working. I'm like I say, I'm not suggesting nobody get up early. I'm saying is this: if you working out here, and I know they gonna say it's the market. I know they gonna say the market. And my market is 14 zones. I've worked 8 to 9 of these zones. If one of them ain't hitting, I'm going to another one. That's me. You have people who will come out and here and won't even. They make, I only made $5. I'm going, they sending me trash. They gonna send you trash. Ain't nothing you can do about that.
Right. Yeah.
So the thing about it is, if you're not willing to put the time into your body, if you're not willing to put the time into this job, you're not gonna make it. People
Mm-hmm.
worry about me because he don't sleep. How you know? Okay, because Google say you need 8 hours. Do you really? If you do more research and not believe what everything people say, and I'm not a doctor, but works for me. I'm gonna stress it again. But what works for me works for me.
Right. Absolutely.
And if you trying to understand what works for me, either read a book or watch me. And if you don't want to understand what works for me and what works for you, do you. Don't, I mean, I'm not trying to say anything, be disrespectful to nobody. If you want to know what your limits are, push yourself. Don't do it because Pedro doing it. Don't do it because Matt and Hector do it. Don't do it because I'm doing it. Push yourself. And if you can push yourself, matter of fact, go to the mirror and talk to that person looking back at you. And if you can be right with that person, you can be right with anybody. If you can't, I don't know what to tell you. I really
Right.
don't.
Right.
But it
Absolutely.
all starts with what I started doing is I cut out. It was a struggle. I had to cut out bacon and ribs. I had to cut them out. I knew it because every time I eat some bacon, I'm asleep. Every time I eat certain stuff, I'm asleep.
Yeah.
I'm the prime example. Mr. Flex works the same amount of hours I do. We grind out here.
Right.
We grind. And he
That's another
comes
one.
back. He comes back. He works like me. He comes back. He goes through a podcast and he go look, when he tired, he'll say, look, it's past my bedtime. I'm about to head out. And that's what he do. He go to sleep. Get up and go grind again. It's not hard. It's you have a certain group of people who want to be victim, who want to throw rocks, hide their hands, and then act like the victim. And the ones that's doing what they supposed to do, they want to attack them. So I know the bigger you get, the more people will start knowing you, the more sense you're making. Somebody's going to attack you. Somebody going to probably attack me now about what I'm saying. But it is what it is. Instead of them taking the time to say, wait a minute, let me just look and see a little bit of what he's saying will make my day better. Just a little bit. They gonna deny it because they don't talk so much negative their whole life. They can't be real with themselves.
Absolutely. Yeah.
They can't be real with themselves.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and like I say, it goes from me cutting out because I used to drink all sugary drinks, no soda, just Arizona iced tea, and everybody know that's full of sugar. You
Oh
know,
yeah.
I stopped drinking that to drinking unsweetened tea. Unsweetened. Then I started brewing my own tea to where it was unsweetened. So I went to that. Then I started juicing. When I started juicing, I seen all the energy I had. It's like I was on the 20th floor, 18th floor. Elevator wasn't working. I shot down the stairs and walked. I'm like, dang, wait a minute. I ain't even tired. Wait, hold on. 18 floor with wasn't even wasn't gasping for air, legs wasn't hurt, none of that. I shot down because I didn't want to wait for the elevator.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so once I seen certain things like that, I'm like, well, I used to get up every morning. Either I have some lobster tail and rice, salmon and rice, or some tuna and rice. In the morning. As soon as I eat, I'm asleep. I start watching a video, reading some books. Don't eat when you get up. Wait till at least 11 o'clock. Did that the first couple days. I'm good. I ain't sleepy. 11 o'clock come around, I eat some fruit. I'm good. The third day, I'm like, man, I gotta have me lobster tail. I go get it. Instant. Hold on, I gotta fast for the first 4-5 hours of the day. Started intermittent fasting. So what it is my daily diet. I'm gonna drink a juice, eat a salad, and I'm good. I'm good until about 8-9 hours. If I'm feeling sluggish, I go get me a piece of fruit, drink another juice, and I'm good for the rest of the day. Because after 8 o'clock, I try not to eat. And I go home, I get my 4-5 hours of sleep, and I'm right back up. Somebody asked me, no, it was Necro. He's like, man, do you drink coffee? No, I don't. I don't like coffee.
Yeah, I've never seen you drink coffee. Yeah.
He said, you just laid down. I said, did I? I mean, I don't know. You know, Nomadic always say the same thing. Ron, go to bed, you know, but I do sleep. I do get my rest. I do enjoy my life. I do take vacations. I do it all, but it's just because when someone wants to say what you're doing or not doing, they're not reflecting on you. They're reflecting on how they feel in their life and what they not able to do. That's all it is. It's like Driven Dad talked about it, the Krabby Patty or the crab sandwich. If I said it wrong, I apologize, Tony, if you're listening. But the sandwich, they eat it and they want you to eat it because they don't want you to go nowhere. It's like the crab in the barrel. When you get out, they want you to come back. And then if you don't follow their blueprint, if you don't agree with them because your skin tone look the same, then they want to attack you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
even
absolutely.
though they came at you and disrespected you in a way, they still attack you because you didn't agree with their logic, which is sometimes stupid.
Let me interrupt 1 second. Flex, the reason why you're not seeing any comments is because you're on Ron's panel. on your runs. If you come over to our channel, the Nobody's Favorite Podcast channel, you'll see all the comments.
Yeah. And I think that's one big
yeah.
thing. Yeah, I think that's one of the biggest things that I think not a lot of people talk about is I feel like in part to a lot of people really not getting up and going out there and just really hustling is with their diet. I feel like they put a lot of junk in their body. I think they don't put valuable nutrition in their body. I mean, I've seen people fucking get up in the morning, have sausage McGriddle, have some freaking latte with like 300 pounds of sugar, and it's like that's so much harm for your body that at first you're gonna feel full, but that energy that you're not gonna sustain that energy at all. Once after 30 minutes or 40 minutes, once that digests into your body, it's not gonna feel the same, right? So I feel like that's one of the things that people don't even talk about as much in the gig economy. And I think it should be brought up a lot more frequently that, we have to eat healthy. And that's like one of the ways for us to succeed. Because I'm telling you right now, with that whole Wingstop thing that I was telling you about, Ron, I really felt like shit. I felt like I didn't want to do anything. I didn't even want to scratch my freaking eyebrow. I was lazy, bro. Like, you know what I mean? So it's like, it's really are what you are is what you eat, and I feel like that's something that's very big. I know Bobby's already changed his diet. I know you've changed your diet. I mean, we got to work on Matt a little bit because he's been loving Monsters and Prime Energy. So we'll talk
Don't
about
get
that.
Steve started. Don't get Steve started. Don't give him ammunition.
Yeah, but
liquid death.
It's really important. But Ron, what I want to ask you, so what is your what do you think about your days? Like, so I know that you're not busy all the time, right? I know it's not like every day. How do you keep that mental focus to keep grinding? Because I know there's probably some days that you sit down in your car and you're like, damn, I kind of don't want to work today. Or I don't know if you ever had that feeling, but if you have, how do you get through it? What do you do? Do you meditate? Do you have some alone time? I mean, how do you get through it?
I mean, I just had one of them days last week. Matter of fact, was it last week? Yeah, it was last week. I had one of them days to where I'm just gonna keep it a buck. I get up and I go through my progression, check my emails, do stuff, things I got set up. Like I got a photo shoot Monday, and I'm going through the emails, and then I hit the button, and it's a mention. And I look, because I don't check mentions, right? I look, I got 60 mentions, and 20 of them are negative. So I'm sitting there like, you know what? They testing the other side. Man, I don't want to be that person. So I had to call my girl. I called my girl like, listen, I mean, I don't want to go down this rabbit hole. I don't think I'm working today. She like, no, because if you don't, they gonna win. I'm like, fuck it, I ain't getting on YouTube today. No, if you don't, they gonna win. So I had to go sit and have a conversation with myself. I had to meditate. Like, look, you are who you are.
Mm-hmm.
If they don't want you to, I'm not better than nobody out here. I just work harder than other people. That's it. We all do the same thing at the end of the day. We out here trying to make money, and we out here picking shit up and dropping it off. Whether it's chicken nuggets, brake pads, whether you're going to do a truckload from state to state, we all doing the same thing.
Yeah.
We picking things up and dropping them off. Everybody do it different.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of it's not about questions, answers. It's not about somebody asking me how long I work and me get. No, I don't get upset. I get tired of asking the same question over and over. If you know I answered it, go back and watch the tape. You ain't gotta ask.
Right.
And
Absolutely.
if you don't have to ask. What? And then my thing is, what does it matter? I'm still. It doesn't negate the fact that I come out here and I make the money. It doesn't negate that.
Well, I like the fact that you also went out to Jamaica, right? And how was that trip for you, man? Did you enjoy yourself?
I had a ball. I mean, I had a ball. It's just the mental. Sometimes I said I'm not gonna let it get to me. I talked to myself. Mental game came out. Came on my panel. Had a live, and I really wasn't even working. I still was making money, but I wasn't even working.
Right.
I really do this with no effort. I mean, I'm being honest when I say that. It's no effort for me to do this. It's not, it's not like, okay, I'm in a place that is considered paradise. It's never the same. The orders I pick up are never the same. It may be the same restaurant, it may even be the same customer, but they might have steak one day and they got chicken tomorrow. It's never the same. The scenery's never the same. The sun don't rise the same. The sun don't set the same. So the only common denominator is we picking it up and dropping it off, and we trying to make money. That's it. So
Mm-hmm.
when it come to um just being in this economy and all the high school stuff that's going on now, it get a little draining,
Right.
you know.
Exactly.
And like I say, I try to stay in my own lane, do it my own way, and I stay out the way. I stay out the way, you
Mm-hmm.
know. And I'm not, like I say, it is what it is. The article came out, the news story dropped, and here I am.
Yeah.
It's old to me, new to you, you know. And if you think I'm an overnight sensation, I'm not. If you think I worry about numbers, I don't. Because I don't
Mm-hmm.
even know my numbers half the time until I get done at the end of the night and I put them in gig work.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So
And
yes, do I have those days? Yes, heck, shoot. Right now the beach is calling, but the beach ain't paying me.
that beach looks beautiful, by the way. We ain't
I'm
gonna
gonna go
front. You
spend.
showed
I'm
us
gonna
a
go.
video of that on the
Yeah,
live. Yo, that water
Yeah, for
was
sure.
blue.
yeah. I'm gonna
Blue.
go spend some. I'm gonna go spend some money. If I stop working now, if I made 200, I probably spend 200 because it costs $200 for a crab boil here.
What? That's a lot of money, bro. You lying,
You see
bro.
what
It
I'm
better be
saying?
good. It better be good.
But you can also get a whole lobster for $10.
What? Yo, that doesn't make any sense.
It
That must be a.
does.
Yeah, it's
No,
crazy.
it does. So that's what I'm saying. So either way it go, man, I'm out here and the distractions I minimize because if it's not an asset, it's a liability, and I don't like liability.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
If I
And
answered your question,
yeah, I mean, and
Go
that's
ahead.
what I like. That's what I like the most about you, Ron, is that you have what I call guidance. Um, you're trying to really not only grow your business that you had, but you've had this business mindset since you were young, since you were very young. And I personally, for one, I told you this before. I kind of idolize you a little bit because it's making me think like, what's out there at 4 o'clock in the morning? What's out there at 5 o'clock in the morning? Because I wake up at 5, but I have a routine, right? And it takes me like an hour and a half to go out because I gotta walk my dogs, I gotta eat my oatmeal, have my yoga, whatever, whatever. But I'm like, yo, forget this. Let me just get up, walk the dogs, and go. And let me just see how it is. You know what I mean? And let me see how I could do at 5 o'clock in the morning. And that's what makes me want to do that because I see people, I see a person like you that let's just be honest. You could be the type of guy that could really brag about yourself if you really wanted to. You could show your numbers, you could show I got this, I got that, I got that. But you keep it humble. You know what I mean? You keep it real humble. I mean, for Christ's sakes, we're not even talking about this yet. This guy drives a freaking SUV. He drives like a Cadillac '07 from 8 Mile, from the movie Eminem, 8
I
Mile.
drive
So,
a Yukon Denali, man.
UConn.
it's a
yeah,
U,
buddy.
it's a
Yeah,
Yukon Denali. It ain't a Cadillac. I don't like
yeah,
Cadillac.
He said
yeah.
Cadillac
So
Escalade.
you do it differently, and that's what I like about you. It's like because you have a plan. You're not out there making money, and you're like you don't have a 24-hour plan. You have already an end game of what you want to do. And I just want to ask you, is the end game living in Hawaii? Are you forever going to live there? Is this your home? Like this is your forever home? Are you going to stay there for the rest of your life?
Nothing's forever.
I got you. Yeah.
I mean, to be honest, this is a destination where I put up against anything in the world, and it's beautiful. I mean, I've been to other islands, I've been to other places. I mean, where I live at, it's 75 degrees when I wake up,
I love that.
and
I love
I
that.
don't, for whatever reason, whatever everybody excuses is, the main excuse is expensive, if it's too expensive, nobody will live here. You know what I'm saying? I mean, is it expensive things to do? Yes. But if you come here as a tourist and you get caught in a tourist trap, you're going to think it's expensive. I was on, I think it was UDM's I was on UDM's channel. Somebody said it costs $4,000 a month to live in. I say, shit, who pay that? It don't cost me
Mhm.
that, but that's like not to offend nobody. That's probably somebody talking who ain't never been here. They probably ain't never been out the state or their own city. So that's the thing. When people say something, they say it to get a reaction out of you, right? And they say things to make it downplay what your accomplishments are. I'm gonna define the odds no matter what you look at it. I'm still defining the odds because at any given moment, people said this economy wasn't gonna last. At any given moment, people say you can't make no money. I do one app. That's it. One app. People say I'm crazy because I don't multi-app. But the thing about that too is nothing wrong with it if that's what you want to do. Do it your way. But the same amount of money you make in a multi-app, I make in one. And I'm probably making more than you multi-app. So if it ain't broke, why fix it? Why fix it? I mean, DoorDash is like Spirit. Don't nobody want to fly Spirit. Don't nobody want to do DoorDash. But guess what? The ones that saying they don't do DoorDash, they logging into it. They just ain't telling us.
I've been saying that forever.
Because if it was so trash, if any gig app or any platform was so trash, why do you log in every day?
Exactly.
And no matter what app you work, why do you log in every day? If it's so trash, why do you watch Pedro? If it's so trash, why do you watch UDM? If it's so trash, why do you watch Matt and Hector and me? If it's so trash, explain that. You can't make it make sense to me. Because they like the Atlanta Housewives. They always got to gossip.
Yeah.
And that's just my opinion. I'm about to go grab this order, but I'm gonna take y'all with me.
Yeah,
All
well,
right,
you're
beautiful.
good because I just opened the chat to start asking some questions. So go ahead and do what you're doing, and then when you get back, then I'll start dropping these questions. I'm gonna catch up with the chat. You're good, Ron. Steve said, in addition to what he said, why do people to watch us? And he thinks that it's an addiction. I mean, Hector, what do you think?
I think it is. I think it is an addiction. I think a lot of people out there, they watch content just for the person. I don't even think some of them even do DoorDash. Sometimes they feel like they feel connected to the person, maybe spiritually because they can relate. That's just how I honestly feel sometimes. I don't, sometimes I don't think it has to do with the app. Now, is the apps an addiction? Turning on the apps is an addiction? I think it is. I think we're hitting a phase where, and I know I was seeing like a premiere that Steve had on Rideshare Rodeo, talking about like 42% are, of Americans are independent contractors. So yeah, I mean, we're moving towards a trend where independent contracting is opening up a lot of doors for Americans for them to open their own business in a different way, right? Like, before it was the traditional way. You saved up your money, you went to a credit union and you said, hey, I got a business idea. I'm trying to open up a restaurant or a store. This is my idea. The bank approves you and you go by that, right? Well, now there's other ways. Now you don't need to rent anymore. You don't need to rent out a spot. You could go get a mobile food truck. You could freaking sell food anywhere you want. I know here in Texas, you could do it and you're on your own man and you're your own business. Just like Ron, he could be a mobile mechanic. He could get himself like a Sprinter van, put his materials in there, and it's like, hey, this is what I'm going to charge, right? So I feel like this is the trend where we're going because of the simple fact is, say what you want, but yeah, inflation is real and kids are having a hard time to feed their young ones and stuff like that. And, everybody's looking for income in very different ways, right? And I just feel like, and going back to what I like about Ron and what he's going to do in the next 5 years. And this is what I say to a lot of people too. This is probably the best advice. Don't settle on one stream of income. Your mindset should be how I'm going to make multiple streams of income. Because when that one income ain't working, you got your other incomes coming in, feeding your pockets on the bad days that primary income ain't feeding you. And that's the best part about being a business owner and doing all these gig apps is because you have so many options. You have so many doors open to you. And the real knowledge is figuring out which door is the best option for you, right? And that's where I feel like we're moving towards right now. So yeah, I think absolutely 150% every gig app, every independent contracting app, no matter what it is an addiction. And these companies know it. These companies know it a lot, and and this is what Americans want. I mean, are we moving into a phase where maybe people are getting tired of W-2? I think so. You see on the news a lot of people getting stressed out, quitting their jobs. W-2 is too much, and it pays too little. I mean, you look at it like us, like Ron, like me, like Matt, like everybody else in the chat. We can wake up at whatever time we want, and we could be like, I need to make $500. That is my goal. And you go out there and you make it. Now, see if you could do that in a W-2 job. Not only you only get paid a certain amount, you get cut your hours, you get a check every 2 weeks. You're only making, listen, I look at it like this. You're only making moves twice a month. You only making moves twice a month. That is wasting your time. That's where I feel like we're going. This gig economy has shown us that we can make money every day. We can make moves like that. We could switch it up. We could go out there. We could be like Ron, make $800 in 3 days or in 2 days, and fucking take a vacation and go out to Jamaica and just dance reggae and freaking have pina coladas all day. You know what I mean? So I mean that's where I think we're shifting. And honestly, I don't think a lot of people really appreciate the potential of what these gig apps can do for them because of what Ron said. It's laziness, it's entitlement, it's being picky, it's not adjusting to your market. It's just so many variables, right? And I feel like what people don't understand is that, and I've heard this question, is the gig apps a slave to you? Absolutely not. You make it a slave if you want it to be. You have to make it to the best potential that you want possible to bring out the maximum output for your pockets and for your financial freedom. And you see, like Ron, he wants to do his things differently. And that's why I tell him that I look up to him. I look up to him very well because that's something that people should do, that they should be waking up early. If you got debt, wake the fuck up early, man. That debt can be wiped out clean if you really go out there and you hustle. Bobby is also on a financial debt-free plan too. He wakes up at a certain time, he knows his market, and boom, he goes out there and get it. Some people don't need to work at 4:30 in the morning. You got to really study your market. And I think that's what people don't know how to do, is that they don't want to go out there and go to get to work to study their market, but they'll sit there and watch videos of these people and that people, and this person did it like this, and this person did it like this, so it's going to work for me. No, it is all market dependent. You really got to go out there, you got to go grind, and you got to go hustle. Matt has a population of 10,000 people. He's waitlisted every day. He's waitlisted everywhere. And look, right now, lately, he's been making a lot of money on DoorDash, and just DoorDash only. And another thing too, what we don't talk about is that these two guys over here, that's all they do. They do DoorDash. I do Instacart, I do Uber Eats, I do DoorDash, but these two men right here, they're just on DoorDash, and they're hustling the hell out the app. So they're doing something right. And and it's all because they've been studying their market, they've been trying new things, and they've been adjusting to their markets. And I feel like that's what a lot of people should start doing.
Let's go ahead and start asking some questions. I opened up the chat. First question is, Bobby wants to know, how much would Ron charge to teach Hector how to work? That's my question.
I knew you were gonna put that up. Yeah, Ron, I want to hear it, buddy. Give it to me.
Hey, it's free game. I mean, it's free game. It's not hard to. Show somebody something. Like you said, we mentioned to him about getting a catering bag. He went out and got it. He went out and got it. He didn't. He hesitated, but he still went out and got it.
He had to throw that out there. He hesitated, but he still got it. We've been telling his ass like fucking weeks, like, go get that damn catering bag.
Yeah.
Shout out, Digi. Appreciate you being here.
Oh man.
I'm not talking. I'm on YouTube.
Gig-wise, Matt only needs 120 subs now. So, and once again, shout out to everybody that's subscribed to the other channel and subscribed to ours tonight. All right, so we go down here. Scrabble said, but a lot of complaints come from people who don't work, who don't want employee benefits for free.
Absolutely. Yeah,
Preach.
absolutely.
Preach.
Rydell's in the chat. He said, Hector, say, look, Mom, I'm on TV. I got y'all playing on my TV.
What's up, Rydell? Thank
Hector,
you for coming through, man. That's my guy, man.
Shout out to Kalaya for being in the chat. She said, and at this time of the year, a lot of people are getting laid off from W-2 jobs.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And that's a lot of things that we don't talk about too, is the layoff is, is it's coming strong and it's coming hard, and it's not from people that are making minimum wage or making 40,000 a year. No, we're talking about people making six figures, and stuff like that, and they're just completely getting laid off. People in Google, people in Facebook, people in Tesla. It's just a real setback to these Americans, and I feel like this is where we're going. We're heading into like a gig economy trajectory, where I think in 5 years, I think we're going to talk about over 60% of people are going to be doing some level of independent contracting work.
I could see that. Panel question from Rideshare Radio. Do you notice that people in day-to-day W-2 jobs have gotten dumber and literally don't have any pride in their work? Ron, I'll let you start first.
Well, yeah, but the thing about that, Steve, is the dumber people at W-2s was already there, and them the only ones left because the smarter ones gone. They figured it out. So the dumber ones are there. It's just like when you worked at W-2. Okay, when I worked at the plant, right? My supervisor didn't know what I knew, but he tried to tell me how to do what I do. It don't make sense. You went to school, if you went, or you got a position because of one of your buddies, and then you trying to tell me how to do my job, and if you come down here on the floor, I'll run circles around. Make that make sense? So why would I listen to you? It doesn't make any sense. So I leave the job, and he's still there. But he's a dummy that will bring in more dummies and bring in more dummies. And they all stay there, and now they got positions. When people get a little bit of power, it go to their head. And that's what happens with W-2 jobs. It's the same thing as out here.
Okay.
They couldn't make it at the W-2. They come out here. I mean, don't get me wrong. Are the apps perfect? No. Do they have flaws? Yes. But can you make it work for you? Yes, you can. But they come out here, oh, I need 12 an hour. Oh, I don't have a livable wage. But guess what? When you signed a TOS, you knew what you was getting paid. You knew it. You knew it. And it's like the people who complain about, I mean, I ain't taking no $2 order. I ain't taking no $3 order. But the people who complaining about those orders before COVID, they was taking those orders. They just ain't gonna tell us about it. They just ain't gonna say nothing about it. Because now they gotta have a large order. They gotta have that $100 banger. No, it don't work like that all the time in this economy. But yeah, they're slower.
So we have another question by Hulk Smash. He says, why did people say that gig work isn't a real job?
Hulk Smash, I don't know. You know what it is? I mean, I asked a question a couple months ago or maybe a year ago. Why do people say that? Some people say because you don't have benefit. Some people say it's because you don't have a paycheck stub. Some people say it's all different reasons on why they say that. My one rebuttal or my one reply to them is, how is it not a real job and I make real money?
Can I answer that question for you?
You can answer. You can answer that.
You know why people do not take the gig work as a real job? You want me to tell you the honest reason? It's because they don't take the job seriously. It's as simple as that. They think that they just work. You know what they do? This is how I'm telling you. This is a lot of people. When they do these gig works like DoorDash, Uber Eats, and Grubhub, they only work lunch and dinner. That's it. That's the times they come out. And they're there cherry picking, which is fine. Depends on your market. You can do it if you want to, right? You come out during those times, whatever. But literally, the mornings are banging. After 10 o'clock, I've been hearing that, a lot of good orders are out there. So why are you not hustling anymore? You don't take it as a real job because you don't want to put in the work. And you're just feeling like a sense of entitlement to be like, yo, I'm just going to sleep. I'm gonna do what I do, and people have some habits, Ron. You know what I'm talking about. They have some habits. They can't let it go. That's their priority because it makes them better, I guess. And they really don't want to really take initiative and put that down and be like, yo, I'm gonna make this money. And that's why I said back before is that these gig apps allow us to, really make as much money as we can, right? And we're out here and we're grinding because we have a plan of what money we're gonna make, not only for the day, for the week. I need to make 2,500. Okay, this is how I'm gonna do it, and that's that, you know. And a lot of people don't have that mindset because they don't take these gig apps as a real job. I don't understand why people even do that. I mean, you have an opportunity to be your own boss, set your own hours, and work as much as you want, and people are not doing that. And you're seeing Ron doing an interview with us, right? He's doing an interview with us, and he could be at home and he could be chilling with his mic and blah, blah, blah. This guy is hustling. He's probably on his third order, I think. I may be wrong, but you're probably on your third order as we're talking right now. And, you know, that's the exact most, you know, hustle mindset that people need to put in. And, you know, it's really these big changes that people don't want to do in their life. You know, like you, for example, Ron, you never probably thought to yourself, damn, you know, my diet was the real like factor in me not making money, until you actually change your diet. You're like, wow, I really am making more money. I am more mentally focused. I am more mentally sharp. I got more energy, and I feel a lot better because I did this big step. You know, giving up meat and giving up all these things that, you know, it tastes good in our mouth, but it's not good for us really in the long run, is real tough to do. And, you know, that's what the people don't know. They don't know how to adult yet. You know, you have people that are grown-ups that have a 10-year-old mindset, right? And they think that that whatever they put in their body, they're immortal. Whatever hobbies they have, they're immortal, and nothing's gonna happen to them until something happens to them. And that's when the shit really hits the fan, you know. So, and what you know, Steve even said earlier is that, you know, when I was talking about the health stuff, you know, he was talking about truckers and their diets and how a lot of them now, they have health issues because all they do is sit for hours and hours and hours and hours. They don't have an opportunity to stand up, and their bodies don't give them an opportunity for them to walk around. So they're stuck with all these health issues down the line because as a trucker, wait, are you really going to eat healthy? You're going to go out there, you're going to eat burgers, you're going to eat fries, you're going to have steak, you're going to have a buffet and stuff like that. And so, you know, these people don't understand that, you know?
And that's another thing I didn't touch on. So, it's been about a month since I've been doing it, but every hour I will bust out 50 push-ups.
Damn.
No matter what. No
Damn.
matter for 8 hours a day, I would just get out 50 push-ups. That's what I would do. Or I do some jumping jacks. So I wasn't, you know, that was like some of the quote unquote people's concern. He sits in the truck all day. Do I? Or you think I sit in the truck? Like it just comes back down to it, Hector. If, in my opinion, like I say all the time, my opinion, my plan, some days before 12 noon, I can stop my day and do whatever the hell I want. Because I done made 200, 250. That's 8 hours worth of work. 8 hours. And I can still stop my day and go on about my day. But once I do that, I know 9 times out of 10, I'm going to spend some money that's unnecessarily spending, or I'm just going to get lazy, right? So at that point, I'm like, damn, what else can I make in 16 hours? What else can I produce? And I go out and I do it. And that's what a lot of people are mad, like don't understand. Whatever you set your mind to do, you can do it. It's just that when you listen to what society says don't, people don't. And yes, you can. And I myself I'm defying the odds. And I've been like this all my life. I don't put myself in a box. People gonna say I do, but I don't. And when you have a different mindset, if you tweak your mindset, if you stop listening to all these people who you think have good knowledge and they don't, we see it every day. Somebody will get up there and say some old foul stuff, then hide their hands like they ain't do nothing wrong. They hide their hand. Oh, they're picking on me. Oh, I don't know why. Oh, I took a break from doing this. Oh, that we had a truce. But then come right back around and say some foul stuff in a joking manner. Quit playing with me. You know, you see it every day. It's across multiple channels, bickering and arguing.
Yeah.
People
Before
they put
before I go ahead.
they pitting they in this economy, they doing the same thing the government doing, pitting us against. They don't like this. They don't like the fact that I'm talking to you or Matt or anybody else because they want us all to be separate, but they supposed to be bringing us together.
Mhm.
It's crazy. It's crazy, and that's what make this economy hard too. Because you have those people that somehow found their way in and want to poison the pool instead of really putting in the work and minding their own business. And that's what make it hard too. That's why this economy is the way it is. This side of it, you know. But next question.
All right, we
All
got
right.
a good one here.
But yeah. Okay. Well, before that one that Steve asked, earlier in the chat, this was like way earlier in the chat. There was two questions actually. One was from fucking Roy. I didn't get to write it down, and it was super funny. Let me see if I can find it real fast because it actually like I wanted to read it so bad. All right. He said it's right here. Does that mean a girl gets smarter when I make her swallow because she's eating a bunch of extra brains? Hello.
Wow, this guy is crazy, man. Yo, Ron, next question, please. Next question, please.
So,
He
but
don't
after
try to
that,
answer that one. He's picking up
you
on
know how
that.
Roy is. You know how Roy is. But no, earlier in the chat, I saw Gigwise ask Ron, "Do you know roughly on a day how much you drive? Like how many miles you drive a day on average, roughly?"
About 180.
Okay. So there, the gig wise there, 180. He said 180. Steve put a question in the chat. It said panel question, and this is a good question for all three of us. If you were deactivated from the apps you work, what would you do starting tomorrow to change that?
Well,
Hector,
I say this. You already know my background. I got restaurant experience, 10 years. I could go up the block and go to a restaurant right now. I'll get hired the same day, right? But to be quite honest with you, I'd probably go into real estate. My dad's been doing it for so many years. He's a very smart individual. My sister's here in the chat. I love her very much. Shout out to Yuzi. You know how our dad is. He's extremely smart. He knows a bunch of stuff. So I would just do real estate with him full time and just do it here in Texas because, that's one of my passions. That's one of my end games. Like, in a year or so, I'm going to be done with all of this and I'm going to be doing just real estate. Be doing this like part-time, very part-time, something for like, vacation money or something like that. But real estate is really my passion. So if I were to be deactivated tomorrow, it would be either going back to the restaurant industry, working full time. I already got the experience, or I'd be back in real estate, So that's pretty much my answer. But another thing too, a lot of people don't have resumes either. A lot of people that do these apps, they've never worked a day in their life, bro. They just have no resume. Right. And it's real tough. Because when you actually do want to quit these apps, I mean, you go out there, you apply for a job. What are you going to put? I worked for DoorDash. Oh, what were the requirements? I drove, I dropped off, I picked up. Yeah, so it's real tough. It's real tough to get hired in a different space when you're just doing the gig app. So that's just my two fallbacks if something were to happen.
That's when you gotta say. That's when you gotta say.
Go ahead.
That's when you gotta say you gotta work for Dior DeJ. It's a logistical transportation company. So you gotta make it sound better. But no, I have a talent in a trade that I can go anywhere with. And it is, if I want to go back to it tomorrow, I can. And hell, I could put on brakes all day and make this, probably make more money than what I'm making now. So it's not about like, I have a multitude of things. I have other businesses going as well as DoorDash. So I'm not all my eggs not in one basket. DoorDash is seed money. I use DoorDash so I don't have to go to a bank. I don't have to talk to my family. All I got to do is go wherever I go, get the money, and use it for whatever I use it for. It's seed money. I don't need no loans. And then if they want proof, I got proof. It's just another means of me to having a better life. And most people don't understand that because their mindset is not the same. Is all it is I need to make a couple of dollars to go get some weed. I need to go buy these Jordans. I need to go buy these glasses. I need to go, they want to live their money. I'm not saying don't have nice stuff, but the thing about it is, if you look at the rich, they got the things we have, but they don't wear them all the time. Exactly. And there's a difference between rich and wealthy. It's a big
exactly.
Even in the gig, I'm going to where all the big $10 million houses at. Them the cheapest people on earth.
Tell me about it.
Because they didn't.
Tell me about it.
Because they didn't get that money by giving it away. I'd rather go to the hood. I'd rather go to the projects and get $50 a tip than go up to a $10 million house and get nothing.
And you know who's the one that tips the worst? It's the ones who have a big house that have a BMW or Mercedes, bro. If it's one or the other, it's a wrap. It's a $0 tip, bro. Guaranteed. You could put it in stone, bro. Every time I see that in the drive-thru, I'm like, I ain't getting the tip, man. It's gonna be $1, $2, or $3.
Or hospitals.
Yeah. So
those drug reps tip like shit. Let's just keep it a stack.
So what about you, Matt? What would you be doing if you got deactivated tomorrow?
See, so this is something I haven't really thought about. And that's a problem. Because honestly, outside of DoorDash, I'm also a content creator. But if I lost DoorDash, what content? So I have to ask myself, what am I good at? I'm very intelligent when it comes to automobiles. I'm very intelligent when it comes to, if something happened, I would find a way to, at the end of the day, I'm not going to go back to a W-2 job. Because I've been my own boss for so long. I mean, I'm going on 5 years. So in order for me, in between these years, I tried to go work at O'Reilly's. I was actually hired, and within 2 weeks, I was an assistant manager because the assistant manager quit. And with the parts experience I had, plus my automotive background, they hired me to assistant. Bro, I was making $11.75 as an assistant manager of a fucking multi-billion-dollar store for O'Reilly's. $11.75. So let that sink in. $11.75, and I was working like 50 to 60 hours a week because people would call off. And before the manager would have to take over the shift, it always went to the assistant first. So my first week, I was working as the assistant. I was working 60 hours. And I was coming home, it was like 10 per day. I was going 6:30, 7 o'clock in the morning because I'd have to check the truck in and everything else. And I did that for like 6 days in a row. Then I had a day off. And then the next week, I worked like 52 hours. And mind you, this is at $11.75 an hour. I made no commission. I made nothing. So it was all just time and a half once you were past 40. Benefits were so damn expensive. I couldn't even afford benefits there because the benefit packages were just too high. But yeah, at the end of the day, I was like, you know what? This is why I started my own business. This is why I, decided to take this route in my life. And that's when I kind of was like, all right, I started doing this. I don't know if a lot of you have ever heard of pallet liquidation, but I am super passionate about it. That was my second business that was successful. So when I had my detail shop, as you all know, I'm in West Virginia, Ohio. So like around December, maybe January, the weather gets to be like unpredictable as shit. So when the weather Ron would know because he's from Michigan. So like once it gets in the wintertime, I couldn't do detailing in the winter because who wants to get their freaking car washed, waxed, all this stuff in the wintertime? Nobody. They just wait till springtime or tax time and then they just get their stuff done, right? So I had to find something to do in between there, right? So I came across this idea to start doing pallet liquidation. Wholesale liquidation from Lowe's, Target, Amazon, Walmart, Dick's Sporting Goods, places like that, right? Home Depot. And I would get 53-foot box trailers, so full semi-trailers of 25 to like 30 pallets of like returns or like misboxed merchandise, stuff like that, right? And I got very good at it, and my channel grew, like my page grew on Facebook like tremendously. And this was right around COVID. Everybody was getting all that extra, incentive money and stuff like that. And yeah, that's what I'm going into. So like I was like, okay, this is going to be a really good way to make money. So what I would do is I would sell every pallet at say, and if this pallet was $500, there was probably about $1,200 of retail, maybe $1,600 of the retail price on this. And this is for like a reseller's market, majority of the time. So these people would buy these pallets, and then they would break everything down, and then they would sell all the items individually, and then they would put them or places like that, and then they would sell all that. And dude, I can tell you right now, I would sell one truckload a week, and I would gross over 10 grand. And then I would have about $3,500 come out for the truck. So that puts me back at what, 65. And then I would have my shipping cost, which was about 250, 200, something like that. I can't remember off the top of my head. It's been a while. And then what else was there? Because I was in a partnership with the pallets. So I had a guy who went in with me. He's one of my best friends. To this day, still one of my best friends, even when we closed the business. We would split, we would sell, and then we would set aside the rest for the next truckload, and then still have all of our taxes paid. And I did that. We did it for like 10 months. It got so busy that like I had to like slow down on booking details because my garage was constantly full of pallets. But one thing that I noticed was I would get a truckload on a Friday and I would be sold out by Saturday. So like the thing with wholesale logistics is like, if you can actually find the right base, like I've told Hector this multiple times, if I would ever come to Houston and move to Houston, that would be one thing outside of DoorDash, all this other stuff. If I didn't sell cars as a used car salesman, like for myself, and build a used car lot and build it from the ground up, my next thing would be a pallet liquidation business. Ron, 1550 plus. Oh, that's a stack, mind you. Plus 1550 plus 4.9 Old Spaghetti Factory. See, guys, this guy's out here just kinking. He's also 5 hours difference from me and 4 hours difference from Hector. So it's what, 5 hours? It's what, 5 o'clock there? Almost 5? 4:40? Something like that?
No, it's 4:41.
4:40.
Almost 5.
4:41. Yeah. So let's see. Let's go back into this. Your passion is getting money, my boy. I think you will be passionate with anything you can make a profit. That's right. I mean, you know how it is. You see me do plenty of different things. Exactly, Steve. Some people can make it a job like Bobby, but that is very rare. I have a friend here that does that and started a local chain. He's named Planet or Stock. I think he has 3 locations now. Yeah, see, and it's a good business to be in. It's just one of them things, like you gotta really research it. You gotta know your market and what pallets, what liquidation places to buy to make the most money and all that stuff.
You know another good business?
What's that?
Lowe's, Home Depot, I can't say Sears, but those places like that, they give out delivery contracts, right? So you get a box, you give you a box truck, all the appliances, the furniture. You can get a business doing that. You can go get a contract with them delivering a product. And I know because my cousin back home has 10 trucks, and they do it all day. So all your stores, like even with O'Reilly's, even with AutoZone, you can get contracts with them delivering their product to when people don't want to do it.
Yeah, I did not know that.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of businesses. It's a lot of businesses that you can make and create. Anything can become a business. Anything. But a lot of times people don't want to look at it like that because it may be that they feel it's beneath them, or it may be somebody looking down upon it, or for whatever reason, they don't want to do the paperwork. Trust me, I don't like doing paperwork either. But if you're serious about changing your lifestyle, if you're serious about making some money, just change your mindset. Change your mindset. Oh, change your diet too, but change your mindset. You'll get by.
Absolutely.
Steve said, if you have had a big gap in your resume, take on 4 to 6 weeks holiday work for 10, 15 hours a week. Get letter of recommendation from holiday work.
Yeah, that works really well. I mean, there's a lot of, if you, for anybody
Fanatics
that wants
does
to,
that. I know that for sure.
Yeah, so if you go into Craigslist, I don't know if you guys trust Craigslist, but they have this certain section called gigs, and you could go in there and, now the holiday season's kicking in, you could find some gig work in there too for like temporary work or something like that. That is if you're looking for something part-time, about that. You could definitely find, a few things that you could do there. But it goes back to, what we're talking about today. And it's like, I just think that the whole gig economy in general, I just feel like a lot of people need to kind of like really change their perception and just do what's best for you, right? And I think that, for me, it took me a lot to change that, because I used to, dash at like around 10 o'clock in the morning. And I'm like, bro, I'm like not making money. I'm like, yo, let me wake up like at 5 o'clock in the morning. I started doing that. I mean, the little changes like that, they go a long way, right? And, that's what I think we need to do. I mean, and I'm fortunate enough also to have a resume. I have 40 people. I have like 20 people I could call, and they could give me a reference. You know what I mean? Like I'm pretty much, I could go get a job if I wanted to, but I just feel bad for the people that can't, man. And that's the thing that sucks about the gig economy, is that even though we could be really good at our jobs and we can make a lot of money, when push comes to shove and we get deactivated, I mean, what is next for everybody? And it's real tough. It's real tough. But that's why you got to keep striving, and that's why you got to really work on your market and really learn how to use the gig apps. Don't let the gig apps use you. You use the gig apps. You know what I mean? And I think that's the best, advice I could give to anybody about that.
Gig wise, that you can do that. What's going on, Red? Yeah. So GigWise put, you get a flatbed trailer, you can start a business assembling sheds with Tough Sheds or companies like Tough Shed. The pay is good too. For those of you that don't know who Tough Shed is, you're good. So for those of you that don't know what Tough Shed is a lot of places. If I'm not, correct me if I'm wrong. It's the company that like you can order these like buildable sheds from, like Home Depot, Lowe's, stuff like that, correct? And you be like a on-site person that builds these for them, right? Eric said, I invest in crypto, but it's risky. It's risky, but it could pay off. Yeah, Eric's actually invested in crypto. He's actually got his ass taken from this. And Hector, was like, Hector felt so bad for him, because once he told him what happened, it's just, you got to be careful on who you trust out there. Tough Shed is the name brand of those sheds. Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah. Go ahead, Ron. What was that? I'll blow you up. I can't hear you.
I didn't say nothing. I was on mute.
Okay. I thought you were showing your phone. You're good.
No.
You're good. You're good, bro. Okay, Home Depot, Lowe's, yeah. I've seen them at Home Depot, like outside. They have them already built, and then I think I've seen some at Home Depot, but I know I've definitely seen them at Home Depot. And I've actually, crazy enough, I've watched a lot of people turn them into tiny homes, which is like the coolest thing ever. I mean, I think it is. They literally will, like, they'll build a foundation, everything, and then they get these things brought in and they build these things from the ground. They'll put a porch on them. They'll have all this stuff. They'll drywall everything. They'll put steps inside. They'll turn it into like a loft. Like, it's so cool. But yeah, that would be another way if you had, like you said, a flatbed trailer and stuff like that. Shout out to everybody in the chat. We got 18 people here. We've been at a high of 25. So I appreciate all of you being here. This has been a very fun episode. If anybody else has any other questions in the chat, go ahead and put them in there, and I'll go ahead and ask Ron. And then we won't run this past 2 hours. This episode's been really good. I think the episode tonight has been really well. But yeah, shout out to everybody that's been here. If you haven't yet, hit the thumbs up, and also subscribe because we're on the way. I mean, we're on the way to 100 subs, and this is only like our, I don't know, 9th episode, and we're getting up there. Also, I'm going to say it again. Once I get to 1,000 subs on No Giggity No Clout, I'm doing 100% of my earnings to one lucky subscriber. So make sure you subscribe to the channel. Also, don't forget, I will also put Ron's channel in the description. So if you haven't yet, you can go subscribe to Ron. Okay. Let's see.
I got a little nugget. It might not mean nothing, but I'm gonna show you a little something. On like some days when I just need to relax, take away from my mental stress. I come down. Hello.
Yep.
I come down to this little spot, and I do this. So I'm gonna give me 1 second. I gotta get down there.
There you go.
And you can talk. I'm a oh you mother.
I say that at least 300 times a day. Trust me.
They almost backed into me. They almost backed into me. He was close.
You know what I say. You know what I say, Matt.
GFYM.
Yep.
Mind you, also coming soon with the roll of the turn year, Nobody's Podcast merch.
He froze.
Possibly in the works. Nobody's favorite podcast merch coming in January.
Merch? Oh no! Thank God Bobby's not here.
Hot take.
Hot take. You know. Yeah, you kind of glitched out. We didn't even,
so what was you saying? So what was you saying, Ron? You stop and get what?
I'm about to stop and show y'all a little something. It's just like it's like a little, what I consider a little piece of tranquility for me. When I'm having a rough day and I'm in this area, I'll come down here and I'll just basically, I'm gonna let you see.
Eric said, where do you guys see the gig economy in 5 years? Otto, shout out my homie.
Thanks, Steve. Thanks for stopping by.
We appreciate it. Hold on. Before Steve gets out of here, 1 second, guys. I want to go ahead and drop this on everybody. So the special announcement was, especially since we got 19 people in here, Monday, the 13th, Hector and I are doing a audio podcast with the Rideshare Rodeo, Steve. It's going to be 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and it's going to be an audio podcast. So I think you want to tune in to Steve's
Matt, put me on the big
screen. Okay. But you want to tune in to Steve's channel and check that out. It will be on there on the 13th.
You see that?
Yep.
Y'all see that?
It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Yeah.
Y'all see the fish? I'm gonna show y'all some crabs if they down there. But this is what I do. Watch this.
I see something swimming there.
So watch this. Watch this though. Hold on 1 second.
That looks beautiful.
Y'all see him?
Yeah, I do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you just threw him something. What'd you throw them, Ron?
I'm feeding them.
I'm feeding them.
I'm feeding the fish. This is what I look. The birds up here too. See the bird. So this is what
it's just
relaxing. I tell you this. I tell you this right now. The only place I could do this is probably at a Petco. I can't do this anywhere else.
At a Petco?
Yeah, that's the closest thing I could get to it. I could do that at a Petco.
Look, he's
done.
like, here, buddy.
I'm about to go. You show me.
Throw the whole loaf. Throw the whole loaf.
I ain't.
Yo, Ron is hilarious.
Ron said, "Jump in."
No, when I was laughing,
look at the birds going crazy.
When I was laughing,
watch that thing. I wish I could
zoom in. Trying to give the bread to the guy, and the guy's like, "Yo, I don't want bread. I'm not hungry."
No, I tried to get him the bread so he could feed the fish.
No, he probably
like,
thought you
homie,
I already ate. Nah, that's just like, I just get a little excitement out of that. That's like, it was relaxing.
Fred said Hector Lee at Petco throwing bread in the goldfish tank.
You bet your ass. Hashtag cops. Yup, you're 100% right about that.
But did y'all see how clear that water was?
Oh, beautiful. Oh, beyond beautiful. I mean, now I can see why you meditate there a lot. I mean, that's one of the things that I think that I like a lot about that you like probably about Hawaii is you could go to certain spots and you could just relax there for 30 minutes and you could just take some time off and just kind of reset your mind and kind of prepare yourself for the dinner rush or any other type of rush, or if you're just having a bad day or something like that. I mean, that's just really peaceful over there. And I saw a bunch of cruise ships too. I'm assuming that it's a docking port that you were at.
Yeah, the port is right here, but that boat that you saw, that's the dinner cruise boat. So that boat actually is about to leave out and go for the sunset dinner cruise. You probably didn't see this other boat in front of me. It's the Clyde. It's the Falls of the Clyde. This the actual boat that they filmed one of Pirates of the Caribbean on.
Really? Oh wow.
Yeah, it's the actual boat. Then they have all these other, like there's another dinner cruise boat. Then they have 4 ships in port right now. 4 cruise ships are in port. So this is basically to the what is it? Tourist season. So it's gonna be a lot of people here. Just for tour. I mean, not to basically be tourists.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a lot going on here, and it's a lot of good things to where it brings me back to, like, you know what, all the other nonsense, all the other outside noise is not even worth what you're building, because I'm building something, so it's not worth it. And the people, who trying to interfere with that, hey, y'all can kick rocks, literally. And I'm just gonna continue to do it my way and the way I do it. And I don't need to do no interview with certain people. I don't need to talk to certain people. I don't. And if I don't, and one thing about me, and I'm gonna tell you this, if I don't mess with you, I don't mess with you. I don't talk to you. I don't go to your channel. I don't watch the stories. I don't do none of that, because I don't give clown shows. Because my mama always told me, if you give a clown a stage, he's gonna continue to perform. And I don't do it.
Yeah, that's true.
Said, Ron, do you have anything else to say?
You broke up.
You kind of broke up a little bit.
I said, we wrap this up. Do you have anything to leave with?
I mean, if you're really serious about anything you do in life, just be dedicated, be consistent, stay focused, cut out all the outside noise. In my case, I changed my diet, and it opened up a lot more, study a lot more. I do a lot of things because, like you said, I'm not going back to a W-2. And the only person I worry about failing is me. So
I think those are very nice words. I mean, we always chop it up with you. I mean, you come on Matt's panel on his channel like basically every day, and I mean, we come to a point now where we talk for hours. And now, Ron, yourself, I mean, if you want to tell people too, you've also started opening up the StreamYard too, and you do your ride-alongs as well, right?
Yeah, I do my ride-along. Most of the time, y'all hear me narrating. Eventually, I'm gonna have my Morgan Freeman voice, so y'all don't gotta hear this voice, man behind the camera. But yeah, I do the ride-alongs, and all it is me going around doing what I do every day, and that's what it is. And if you watch it, you should see what I do. And I can talk and I can tell you all day, try to explain it to you, but I'd rather show you that this is real. It's no fluff piece. It can be done. It can be done on any app. It can be done on anything you do. I'm not the only one doing this. I'm not the only one putting up numbers. The number you've seen, the 114, that's not even what I made in 2 years on DoorDash. But if you look at the article in the Business Insider, you'll see what I made. And that's not even including this year. But most people don't know that because they didn't read the article. All they seen was 114 and said I was full of shit. But hey, it is what it is. I just, it's not hard. I'm not the only one doing it. I'm not. I just blew up the spot.
Hector, do you have any more questions for Ron?
No, I think one more thing, so people don't know in the chat. So you said you drive 180 miles. How much gas do you waste in a day?
Half a tank.
And how much does that normally cost in Hawaii right now?
Well, right now I burn premium too, so I don't burn the cheap. I burn the premium, and I pay $4.39 a gallon. And it costs me every day. Every day it costs me probably about between $55 and $60 to fill back up.
And that's why you make the money that you do, because if you're spending a premium to fill up your gas tank, you got to come out with premium money every day. You know what I mean? In order for you to make a profit. You know, that's just how it is.
The thing about it, I don't even have to fill up every day, right? I don't. I could go 3 days without filling up. But the thing about that is when I go to fill up, I got to put 130. I don't want to see that. I'd rather see 50 than to see 130.
Yeah, I can see that. I get that 100%.
Oh, I have one more question, Ron. I got one more question. On any deliveries that you have done, you've been working there for 2 or 3 years. Have you met any celebrities there or anybody famous?
Yes, I see them all the time, and I see them without doing delivery. What last year, standing next to Floyd Mayweather, I didn't even know who the guy was until they kept saying Money Team, and then right in Cheesecake Factory, he stood there. I looked at him, he looked at me. We chopped it up. He went to eat. I sat back down at the bar and ate. You know, I've met Aaron Rodgers. You know,
of course you met Aaron Rodgers.
Don't tell Hector that.
No, seriously, I delivered to his house.
I believe you.
You know, they used to film the new Magnum PI here, a Magnum PI Hawaii. I met the guy who actually played Magnum, and the thing about that is, I went to the building and I know they was filming because of the way it looked. And he came out and he was like, "Thank you for bringing me my order." I'm like, "It's just what it is." He's like, "You pay?" I said, "Yeah, I hit the button on the app." And he was like, I said, "Yeah, thank you I appreciate it." He was like, "No, that's not enough." And he handed me some money. I walked away and I was like, "Wait a minute." And he was still standing there. I said, "You Magnum?" And he was like, "Yeah, but we really thank you. We appreciate what you're doing, right?" I get back in the car, going about my day. I get home. I'm like, "Damn, where does $50 come from?" And he gave me $50 on top of what they had already paid me. The whole cast at NCIS Hawaii, I met all of them because the movie studio is here, and I used to deliver to them all their catering orders. So they on strike now, so I haven't seen them. But I've met all kind of football players. I met a whole bunch of people, but with me, I'm not starstruck because only thing difference between me and you is your bank account. But eventually I'll be there, so it don't matter. You know, they human just like us. You know, they most of the time, if they don't have to makeup all glitz and glam, they want to be respected as human beings and not because of what they do for a living. You know, and most of them nice, except Jordan. He's an asshole, but that's a different story. And yes, I've met him in real life. He's really an asshole.
Damn.
I could see that.
Oh, I definitely see that. Look at him and what he's done in being an owner. So there you go.
All right, well, guys, we're gonna go ahead. Ron, I'm gonna go ahead and kick you off screen. Thank you for coming on. We appreciate you taking time to meet with us today. Like you said,
I thank you.
Your time is very valuable. And like I said, guys, go subscribe to Ron's channel. It's Dash for Life Hawaii. I will put a link in the description of this live. So go give him a shout out and a subscribe. He just rolled over 500, so he's on the way to 1,000 as well. But yeah, Ron, we appreciate you, and Hector, we're gonna go ahead and wrap this up. Thanks,
Ron. Thank you so much for coming along, man. We'll talk next week. You already know.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right,
my man.
Wow, it's amazing. Value content. This is real value content.
Shout out to Ron. That was he didn't have to come on and do this with us.
And I mean, he just said it right there. He won't do it for pretty much everybody. And it goes to show you, the type of friendships that we have built. You doing the live streams and stuff like that, and the people that have been brought up to the panel, and they know we nice people. So I mean, yeah, I'm not really shocked that he he did that with us because he knows that we're real. We're pretty much friends. That's what we are. We crack jokes, we
We're
get
homies.
serious, and then we crack
We're just
jokes. You know how
homies.
it is. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, Red. She posted his link in the description in the
Thank
chat.
you very much. Red.
Yeah. So like the whole reason for those of you guys that don't know, so most of you guys are in this chat right now. Hector and I started one day in lives. It was just like, let's just it's easier than us just talking on the phone. Because Hector and I's thing is, if you can see a visual, it's way more funnier than just hearing it on the phone. I mean, would you agree with that?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. So like we were like, oh, let's just do a live. It was just me and him. There was no StreamYard panel, nothing. It was just Hector and I. And this thing went stupid. Like, it was just up out of nowhere. And then all of a sudden, this turned into a next day.
Absolutely.
And then it grew, and then it was like, hey, you guys should open the StreamYard. So I opened the panel, and then it was just people started coming on. Dude, we've had up to 10 people on the panel consistently multiple times.
We should have more people on the panel. But, certain people on the panel, I'll tell you this, man, they love to make fun of this. I mean, they are obsessed with this. Let's take a look at it for a second.
Why don't you just
No.
Just diet?
No. I have the sexiest hair in the gig economy, bro. I don't care what anybody says, bro. Ain't nobody
Somebody said something the other day about that, and I think it was Roy. He asked if your pubes are like gray on one side and black on the other as well.
Roy's a very perverted guy. He probably needs some holy water and some Jesus in him. He shouldn't be asking those type of questions for a 70-year-old man like him.
Otto said, "Don't feel bad that my beard's like that." Or he said, he said Hector. He changed it.
Yeah, and you know what it is. And I was telling everybody,
he said Bobby's just obsessed with that. By the way,
I was plucking my hair. So they say this is why I have so much gray hairs, right? So they say that when you smoke cigarettes, depending on your genes, you grow a lot more gray hairs. Now, back in the day, I used to smoke a lot of Newport hundreds, because it's like, we used to pick up in New York City Lucy's. They're called loose cigarettes.
I was just about to ask you to say that. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. So we ain't nobody gonna buy like $15 packs of cigarettes, bro, or $12 packs of cigarettes. It is ridiculous. But yeah, I used to get Lucy's, and the only Lucy's that are available to sell are Newports. And I'm not gonna tell you why is in New York City that Newports are the Lucy's out there, but right. So I guess it accelerated my hair growth of being gray. And then I started plucking my hairs at a really young age. So I got my first gray hair when I was like 17, 18 years old. So yeah, it grew really quick. But, hey, I honestly, I embrace this color. I really do. I think it's a unique color. I think nobody has this. And I think the people that talk bad about it, they just wish that they looked as good and as sexy as me. I'm just saying, they can't pull this off. You see people in
somebody out there has that hair.
I've looked. I'm still the best one. They have patches. They don't have literally.
Guys,
they don't even have.
Guys,
I literally look like
Hector are lucky. My phone is dead. Guys, if you have not, you know what? I can do it on my iPad.
No. You're glitching way too hard.
No. This
do
is
it.
why we're best friends, everybody, because I can show this.
You mean
because a lot of you that haven't
minute.
subscribed to my channel very long haven't seen this yet. So let me go to my channel, no giggity. Let me go to my community post. The other day, Sean and I were at where was I at? TJ Maxx, okay? And I seen this. Let me solo layout. Check this out, everybody. Look at this, everybody.
Oh my God, bro. I don't even look that hideous, bro. Yo, it looks like some freaky girl that's in Texas.
So look, he said nobody out there has this hair, right? But look what my caption was. Hey, everyone, look, I found Hector. So.
Sada, you need to stop. You know who's winning that game tomorrow.
No, listen, yeah. But yeah, so guys, that was like, I saw that. I sent him a picture and I was like, bro. Well, after all this, right, I put it up on the community post and everybody was laughing. I found out this thing so what those are called is Funko Pops, okay? Did you know that you can go on Funko Pop's website and design your own Funko Pop? With that being said, I found out I can do a Funko Pop replica of Hector with the half black hair, half white hair, like
You're not gonna
that,
do that.
but short. He says I won't do it, which means I will do it.
No. It's not that you won't. I don't want you to do it, and you have to obey as a best friend not to fucking do it. How about that? All right.
Listen, Hector, you're going to try and tell me that if somebody made a Funko Pop of you, you would not put that. I mean, dude, I got to get you something for your background. I'm just Hey, the chat earlier was super glad that the rug was gone.
Yeah, I mean, what do I have a choice? I gotta go to the room. Wendy's over there watching, Sex and the City. You know what I mean?
Oh shit, Red, thanks for stopping in.
All right, thank you for passing by. So yeah, we're gonna actually cut it off.
That's right.
We're gonna cut it off in a bit because I got some cold dinner that I haven't eaten, and Wendy, unfortunately, she put it in the oven, and now that thing is like 30 degrees right now.
We need to start the Funko Fund. We will do that on Monday.
No, we won't. Please do not donate your money to Matt.
I will.
No.
Oh, just so everybody knows, I got my first pay stub, I guess, from YouTube. My first month on YouTube, I made $176 just in super chats that have channels and that are not monetized.
And this is how much I got from that.
No, you're a liar.
Oh, you want to brag about what you did? All right, yeah, go ahead. Brag about what you did.
So everybody knows.
Let's go.
Hector has messaged me multiple times. Give me $1. He will Apple Pay me like things and to send him $1, right? So, on the live stream one day, we got like 5-6 people on the panel. We're all shit, chopping it up. The chat's live. Everything's going good, right? I'm in the middle of a delivery, and all I can hear is Hector, ramble on, right? So then I'm like, somebody said something about, I think it might have been Ron, or no, I think it was Kevin. He said something about you should just send him $1 then on Cash App. And I was like, fuck that. I'm gonna send him 69 cents. And try to send him 69 cents and it wouldn't let me. You have to at least send a minimum of $1. What did I do?
You sent me $1.
I sent him $1. This man has asked me 7 times on Apple Pay. Give me $1. The last time he super chatted me in Cash App, like he sent me money on the Cash App tag for the streams and stuff like that, because he is a supportive friend. Listen, all jokes aside, I am grateful that I've met you. And I will say this to the end of time. Listen, I will tell you all, this is not an easy friendship. We argue. We do. We just hashed it out yesterday. Did we or did we not? We talked on the phone. We didn't like how each other was texting one another. So he straight up called me and we hashed it out because that's what friends do. I'm not going to get in my emotions. I'm not going to get in my feelings. He's not getting in his feelings. We're 2 grown men. We hashed it out because that's what friends do. At the end of the day, where we were at that point was I didn't like that basically what we were doing on the lives is kind of what we're taking away is what we would be doing here. So it felt like it was like there was no content to give us here. But we had a long conversation yesterday and we were able to come back to the surface and remember why we started this. So just know that, I love you like a brother, dude. That's from the heart. And I appreciate all you do, man. I do. I mean that. So
let me get this straight. So you're gonna make fun of me. You're gonna tell me about Cruella de Vil. You're gonna make a customized doll, and then all of this just to say you're my brother and I love you. Interesting. That's weird.
Do you guys see it? You guys see this? See what I fucking deal with? Jesus Christ.
God, this is so funny. This is so funny. Well, I'm gonna go head on out. You already know I gotta eat my dinner. I'm kind of like, I gotta eat my dinner before
somebody else eats it. All right. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Like I said, if you haven't yet, hit your thumbs up on the way out. Subscribe to the channel. We're on the road to 100 subs. We actually grew a bunch of subs tonight. So shout out to all the new subs. We appreciate all of you. Shout out to everybody that was here for this 2-hour live. I really think this was our best episode. So shout out to everybody. We really appreciate all you guys, and we'll see you next weekend. We're either going to do Friday or Saturday, but I like this 8 o'clock live. I think this worked really well because it's not too late. we're just now wrapping up when we would normally be starting. So yeah. So shout out to everybody who was here. Appreciate you guys, and we'll see you in the next
Thank you,
one.
guys.